What if I told you that some of the world's most shocking tragedies were written into history, long before they ever happened? A novel that described the Titanic disaster 14 years before it sank. A man who saw his own assassination in a dream, days before he was killed. A terrifying 9/11 prediction that appeared in a book, a TV show, and even a government simulation years before the attack. Are these just eerie coincidences, or chilling proof that the future isn't as unpredictable as we think? Stay with me, because once you hear these stories, you'll never look at coincidences the same way again. Story 1. The Titanic disaster was predicted. In 1898, an author named Morgan Robertson wrote a novel titled Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. The book told the story of a luxurious ocean liner named Titan, the largest ship of its time, declared unsinkable. But on its maiden voyage, Titan struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sank, killing thousands of people. Now, here's where things get really eerie. 14 years later, in 1912, a real ship was built, the Titanic. Just like the fictional Titan, the Titanic was the largest ship of its time, branded as unsinkable. But during its first journey, it hit an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sank, taking over 1,500 lives. And the parallels don't stop there. Both ships were nearly the same length. Titan was 800 feet, Titanic was 882 feet. Both had nearly identical top speeds. Titan 25 knots, Titanic 22.5 knots. Both carried too few lifeboats, leading to a massive loss of life. Was Morgan Robertson's book just an uncanny coincidence? Or was it something more chilling, a glimpse into the future? Story 2. The man who predicted his own assassination. In April 1865, just days before his assassination, President Abraham Lincoln had a horrifying dream. He told his close aides about a strange vision. He saw himself wandering through the White House. Everything was eerily quiet, except for the sound of faint sobbing. When he entered the East Room, he saw a coffin draped in black. Soldiers stood guard, and mourners surrounded the casket. In the dream, Lincoln asked, "Who died?" A soldier turned to him and replied, "The president. He was killed by an assassin." Only a few nights later, on April 14, 1865, Lincoln went to Ford's Theater, where he was shot by John Wilkes Booth. His body was brought back to the White House and laid in the East Room, exactly as he had seen in his dream. Was this just a tragic coincidence? Or did Lincoln somehow see his own fate before it happened? Story 3. The 9/11 bus. The prediction. Some coincidences are so eerie, they feel almost impossible. In 1994, best-selling author Tom Clancy published Debt of Honor, a novel about a terrorist attack on the U.S. Capitol. The method? Hijackers crashing a plane into the building. 7 years later, in 2001, a shockingly similar attack happened. But instead of the Capitol, hijacked planes were flown into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. And that's not the only chilling prediction. In 1999, a TV show called The Lone Gunman aired a pilot episode where a commercial jet was remotely hijacked and aimed at the World Trade Center. This episode aired just months before the actual 9/11 attacks. How is it possible that books, TV shows, and fiction could predict one of the most shocking events in modern history? Just a coincidence, or something beyond explanation? Story 4. The Simpsons' bizarre predictions. For over 3 decades, The Simpsons has made dozens of predictions that later came true. But some are so specific, it's hard to believe they were just guesses. One of the most shocking examples? Donald Trump's presidency. In the year 2000, The Simpsons aired an episode showing Donald Trump as the President of the United States. 16 years later, in 2016, Trump was elected for real. But that's not all. Other eerie predictions include: the Disney-Fox merger, predicted in 1998, happened in 2019. Smartwatches, shown in 1995, became real in the 2010s. The 2020 pandemic, quarantine, and even killer bees, all predicted in a single 1993 episode. With so many accurate predictions, people wonder, does The Simpsons have inside knowledge? Or is something unexplainable at play? Some coincidences are so strange, they feel like a glitch in reality. In 1955, a ship called the MV Joyita set sail from Samoa to Tokelau with 25 people on board, but it never reached its destination. Months later, the ship was found floating in the Pacific Ocean, but it was completely abandoned. No passengers or crew, all lifeboats missing. The ship's radio still functioning, but all distress calls unanswered. Even stranger, another ship had disappeared in the exact same area years earlier, under the exact same circumstances. To this day, no one knows what really happened to the MV Joyita or its crew. Was it an accident, a cover-up, or something beyond human understanding? These are just a few of history's most chilling coincidences, events that seem to have been written before they ever happened. A novel predicting the Titanic disaster. A dream foretelling Lincoln's assassination. A book and a TV show eerily mirroring 9/11. The Simpsons shaping the future. A ghost ship vanishing without a trace. Are these just random accidents? Or is there something about time and fate that we still don't understand? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And if you love dark and mysterious stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because we have many more eerie coincidences to uncover. Until next time, stay curious, stay mysterious.